Today, in preparation for your performance task, we are going to have a discussion about different ways news is distributed. To start, take 3 minutes to answer the question written on the board. If a major news event happened in the world, how would you access the news? For example, would you read a newspaper or would you get the news from the internet? Pause the video and take about 3 minutes to record your answer and explain why you would access the news that way. Okay, so hopefully you've had a chance to record your answers, and they quite possibly could look something like this. Some of you might have written newspapers, radio, television. Others may have chosen smartphones, Facebook, Twitter, Vine, Pinterest, Instagram, and blogs. These methods can be broken down into 2 different categories: traditional news sources or print media, and non-traditional. Or digital media. Media is our main means of mass communication. Television, radio, newspapers, and the internet are all types of media. Traditional news sources are print media, such as newspapers, and broadcast media, such as radio and television. Non-traditional or digital news sources are things like social media and internet sources. Social media is the websites and applications used for social networking, which is the use of dedicated websites and applications to communicate informally with other users or to find people with similar interests. Sometimes people refer to traditional news sources as old or mainstream media and non-traditional news sources as new media. 2 of the biggest differences between traditional and non-traditional news sources are that non-traditional news sources rely more heavily on the internet and social media, and that non-traditional news sources publish more stories by citizen reporters and citizen photojournalists. All of the words that I'm underlining now are types of social media. Social media are websites and applications used for social networking. They can each be used to share news stories differently. For example, on Facebook you can like a news organization and they will post news stories on your news feed, a list of stories posted by people and organizations you follow on Facebook. Twitter, for example, journalists can post microblogs known as tweets, messages limited to 140 characters or less for people to read. On Vine, journalists can post short video clips for people to view, and both Pinterest and Instagram, journalists can post images of news events for people to view. Blogs are personal websites or web pages on which an individual records opinions on a regular basis. Blogs and personal websites on the internet are referred to collectively as the blogosphere. Blogs and social media are often used by citizen reporters to share news stories. A citizen reporter is a reporter that works outside of the mainstream media. Reporters that may not have professional training as journalists, but still operate under the same ethical guidelines as traditional journalists. You will learn more about the different ways news is distributed in the performance task you will complete. You are now ready to complete your performance task.